Our next speaker is originally from Oregon, but has spent the last 2 decades in Central Florida with his lovely Mexican wife, Valeria, his daughter, Marilupe, and his son, Sean. The 4 of them just returned from a summer trip to Portugal, Spain, and Italy. And he's here today to tell us about it in his speech titled, Next Time, Take the High Road. Please give a big round of applause, Toastmaster Chief Keith. Yeah.
Members of the table, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. This summer, Europe officially opened its doors again to tourists. After several years, America decided to go to Europe. My family took advantage of that fact by posting the first plane we could get on. We head out to MCO, and I looked. My first sign of trouble was the sign that everybody looks for. It's comforting. It says, this way A, this way's B. Unfortunately, they changed it. It just said, last person out, please turn off the lights. There was 4 of us, so I had to sit by myself with another person in a aisle seat. And the person sitting next to me, we'll call her Karen, because I didn't know her name, she instantly got up and went complaining to the stewardess about me. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I could tell by her sign language. She's like, so the stewardess is like, yeah, I see what you mean. I got you. And she put her between 2 others and gave me the whole room. And so I slept like a baby. But I didn't forget Karen. We got to Lisbon, and the immigration was horrific. There were thousands, literally thousands of people lined up in a facility 10 times the size of MCOs. Just back and forth, back and forth. And the whole time, my wife is mean mugging this lady. Now you gotta understand, my wife, she's from Mexico City. The most dangerous, mean place you could possibly find yourself in. If you're on her team, you're golden. If you cross her, or she's upset with you, she has a special way of looking, a way I'm quite familiar with. The only way I can describe it is like this. If you try to take a meaty bone away from a pit bull. So as we're going through immigration, one after the other, my wife is looking at that lady. For 2 hours. She got through immigration. I think she's still running. So we get to Lisbon after a brief 4 hours, and after that we went to Portugal. Lisbon's in Portugal. We went to Spain. We went to Granada and stayed in a cool old Airbnb. And these places, they're very old and really nice and big. You ever get a chance to stay in one? I go into the bathroom and find they have not 1, but 2 commodes. They've got the normal one they're used to, and then they've got one next to it without that seat that American men have to put up all the time. And I'm like, this is great. These Europeans think of everything. And so I come out a little later, my daughter starts screaming, Dad! Did you use this bathroom? I said, well, yeah, I used the urinal, if it's any of your business. It's like, it wasn't a urinal! It's a bidet! So on the shores of Lake Como in northern Italy, my son finds a bridge that you can jump off of into the water, and it's like, Dad, we gotta hit that. So we go there, and there's a crowd of hecklers down below that cheer whoever's jumping off the bridge, and they're like, Salta Luigi, Salta Luigi. And then another gets up there, and they're, I'm Andiamo Andre, Andiamo Andre. And then my son gets up there and he jumps off and they're like, yay! And I'm like, all right, I'm not staying behind. So I clamber up onto the bridge and they're like, the big guy! The big guy's gonna jump! Go big guy! Go big guy! And I'm like, all right. So I land this 300-pound cannonball you could possibly imagine. Soaked in Italian eyes. So eventually, our final destination was Positano in the south of Italy. It's a seaside village you can take a boat to. And it's perched on the side of a hill. And if you don't know what a hill is, it's the combination of a hill and a cliff. So obviously it's quite steep. My daughter says, these are the guys that'll take our luggage up to our room. And I'm like, oh, wonderful. How much? It's like, just $50 a bag. I'm like, what? How far? And she says, well, Google says 5 to 10 minutes walk. I'm like, please. We just crossed Europe with these bags. We can walk for 10 minutes. So Google, pro tip here. Google doesn't pay attention to things like, say, elevation. We had 500 steps ahead of us with our bags. And my daughter, the architecture student, had picked up plenty of tabletop books along the way. It felt like I had a body because I took her bag. It was horrific. It was so steep. Part way, you had to stop to rest. That was the only good part. All you had to do was this. Her bag was heavy enough to give a gorilla. I sweat so much that my t-shirt, the white, looked like a children's tie-dye project when the only color was white. Throughout that death march, the whole time, I'm just trying to avoid eye contact with my wife. So we finally get to our apartment, and my daughter's opening the door really quick, and I don't understand why she's hurrying, and I hear this whoosh, whoosh. And we all look up. 10 steps higher were the taxis going by. They could have taken us.